everybody.
Welcome to the Meatballs Video Podcast!
2. Hopefully so far you've been enjoying the content we've been putting out. So there's episode 1. There is the conspiracy special.
You mean the truth special?
The
part
Zeus
1.
Truth special. And the Halloween Spooky Spectacular.
Spooky Spectacular.
So, episode 2.
We're in and on.
Yes. Now, where do we begin?
We begin with a very sad tale involving the elderly.
Well,
Don't laugh!
that's a great way to start an upbeat show.
Very sad.
Okay.
This very young man, Alf Spence, 91, of Beddale, North Yorkshire, has been posting his letters in the dog poo box in an error for 2 years.
2 years.
He says, a woman walking a dog came up to me, tapped me on the shoulder, and asked what I was doing. I thought she was going to cry when I told her. She held me hand and pointed out that the post box was on the other side of the road. I not got the best eyesight these days, but even so, the post box and the dog dirt box are almost identical. They're both red, the same shape, and stuck on a post. I bet I'm not the only pensioner to get confused. The bloody council should never have put them so close together.
Hang on, just a quick question. Now, I don't have a dog, so I don't pick up dirt dog. Dirt dog? Dog's dirt. But I'm pretty sure they actually have a lid.
They definitely do have
and
a
post
lid.
box
And distinct smell.
And post box has a little opening that you post through.
That's the thing. You can take all the dog poo you want out of a dog poo box, but you can't take people's letters. That's why there's a little slot. A letter-sized slot. Alf's daughter, Susan May, 59, tells the Sunday Sport, every time I asked Dad if he remembered one of his kids' birthdays, he said, yeah, there's a check in the post. When they never showed up, we thought he was either losing his marbles or was just plain lying. What I'd like to know is why the people who emptied the dog poo box have never wondered why Dad's letters are in there. Surely they could have passed them on to Royal Mail or forward.
Hang on. Firstly, I should imagine people that empty those bins don't rummage through them. Right? I'm pretty sure they probably just literally tie it up or, just get rid of it. Secondly, I'm pretty sure that his letter would probably be covered in a load of fucking bags full of shit anyway, so whoever's opening it wouldn't see it just sitting on the top. It's got me angry, that has.
There's a couple on here that will get you angry. One specifically.
So we live in a society where for the elderly, we've got to make everything a different colour. So,
Not we, the council. It's the council's fault.
Council.
For making them both red and the same shape.
Fucking council. Apart from the fact that, one has the Royal Mail fucking symbol on the front. And actually probably, I can't remember, they do actually say Royal Mail on them, don't they?
Yellow.
Yeah. And one just has a picture of a dog.
A big white sign.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. His eyesight probably isn't that good.
Yeah, but even people who are nearly completely blind can see black on white.
So, fuck old people.
Condemned. Into room 101.
Fuck councils. Fuck the postman.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the postman. I'm never getting any letters ever again. And fuck dogs. That's all I'm taking from that fucking story. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck shit. We live in a society nowadays where you have to fucking pander to every dumb fuck. I mean, hang on. Who's to say that his whole life he hasn't been putting his letters in a shitbox, right? Like, who's to say it's only been happening for the last few years?
Somebody check his tax returns.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's probably some serious fucking letters that people have missed out on because he's too dumb to realise. Oh,
God.
like, maybe he's walking along a street one day and go, oh, there's a red box there. It must mean it's a post box. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So, from an old man to a dead girl.
Oh, segue.
Perfectly preserved blonde-haired girl from the 1800s, which is probably when that stupid fuck was born. Found buried below San Francisco home.
Fucking hell. Perfectly preserved.
Perfectly preserved. Construction workers were renovating a woman's childhood home when they discovered a small coffin containing a young girl who was buried more than 40 years ago. The woman decided to send the child off correctly. So,
But they were digging and they found a coffin.
yeah.
So she decided to give the girl a proper burial.
Yeah.
Although 140 years ago, she was buried properly.
Yeah.
Before the population grew 50%.
So, wow, this is the angry special. So, Erica Garner had instructed workers to renovate her childhood home when they discovered a coffin under a concrete floor containing a pale-skinned young girl with blonde curly hair that was buried under the San Francisco home in the 1800s. Garner initially named the child Miranda, as nobody could identify her.
It's a weird name.
It's just weird to name the child anyway.
Yeah.
It's dead.
She's a Jane Doe. Yeah. Nobody knows who she was.
So, Inside Edition, which I have no idea what that is, he just says it in the article. I'm guessing there's some...
Yes, a news...
Or in America, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Reported that the girl was later identified as Edith Howard Cook.
Oh, shit. She got identified then.
Yeah. Who died due to malnutrition on October the 13th, 1876.
Oh, she starved to death. No wonder she's so pale.
At the age of 2 years and 10 months and 15 days old.
Fuck, it's a baby.
Yeah, according to the non-profit organisation Garden of Innocence. So basically, the organisation buries unidentified children with the help of donated money and services. They took 1 year to look for old records and go through DNA tests to identify her. A Marin County resident called Peter Cook was the girl's grandnephew after a DNA test was done. Just imagine getting that call. Yeah, we found your 2-year-old great-great-great-grandmother fucking dead. Auntie, sorry. Just under the ground randomly. So
2-year-old perfectly preserved great-great-great-grand-auntie.
It was also known that the girl's parents were socially prominent and she was the first girl.
And she died of malnutrition.
So they didn't want her.
That was a murder.
It's a fucking thingy all over again. McCann. The original McCann. The area that the coffin was discovered used to be Oldfellow Cemetery.
Nice.
So the cemetery was relocated. I don't know how you relocate a cemetery.
Lots of digging.
In the 1930s, and most of the bodies were transferred to the new location. But this young girl's coffin was somehow overlooked.
Because it was really small.
Well, she probably didn't have a headstone, did she?
No.
That's the only way it's going to get missed.
Yeah, if they didn't give a fuck about her in the first place.
Her body was perfectly preserved as the coffin was tightly sealed.
Shit, man.
And it's not obviously it's not a wooden coffin. It's a metal coffin with like glass in the top of it.
So they couldn't feed her,
but they could afford
bought
a
her
really
fucking metal
fancy
and glass
fucking-
airtight coffin.
It looked like her mother had just laid her in there yesterday.
She's a fucking family heirloom.
She still had her eyelashes, still had her skin, and obviously just if this there's a video, but anyway, I didn't know that. I didn't read it. But yeah, the picture itself, if there's a real picture, is unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously, as I'm saying this, you can't see the picture, but when you're watching this, you will be able to see it. And if this is a real picture, which they seem to state it is, it's amazing. I'll turn it around, I'll show you.
What the fuck? That looks like a real picture.
So yeah,
Looks like something out of the Matrix.
it's crazy, isn't it? I'll show you. I'll quickly show you. That's the coffin.
Whoa!
So that's a fancy coffin.
That's a fancy fucking coffin. For the 1800s, that's a fucking expensive coffin.
So she's now at peace again after being dug up. So
she's still in one piece.
One piece. So it cost her $10,000 to be reburied.
What?
Even though she's already in a coffin. Surely they just got to dig a hole and put her in.
You could literally move her like 10 foot just outside the plot. 10 grand.
Yep. Oh, they had a proper
you could
burial service for her.
You could stick her in a fucking museum.
Yeah, I don't know if her family would approve. Well, I suppose her great nephew doesn't care. So yeah, she is now buried.
That's fucking insane. I really like that.
So honestly, if you're obviously when you watch this and you see the picture and that, just leave a comment just how amazed you are by what.
That's incredible. It deserves to be in a museum.
It does deserve to be in a museum.
They've got pickled babies in the Hunterian Museum. Just chuck it in there. I'd go see it. We're going now live to Lewis Cuball. Now you know who Lewis Cuball is.
I do know who Lewis Cuball is.
For the people at home who don't know, Lewis Cuball is a fantastic young man. He's an Irish man who suffers with tourettes, and he's created a YouTube channel to make people aware of Tourette's syndrome. And go on.
Honestly, watch his videos, subscribe to his channel as well, because it's refreshing to see somebody who has such a disability, like an everyday disability, just own it and just does crazy great things.
It's fantastic. He does like fan
request
stuff like he reads nursery rhymes and stuff. One thing, little caveat for this, he's sitting in the middle of two friends, and one thing you'll learn if you watch his videos is that his specific type of Tourette's are triggered when he's stressed or when he gets shouted at. When something makes him jump, he goes off. So his friends are going to shout the alphabet at him and see what it does to his tics. And the video's called The Tourette's Alphabet. Shall we jump in?
Jump straight in.
There's no intro, it just starts with A.
Apples! Fuck off!
C.
Come!
D.
That kid in your ear!
E.
Ecstasy tablets are great on a Tuesday night. Fuck.
F.
Fuck!
G.
Gangsters and Arabs.
H.
Heroin addicts. I love fucking bananas.
J.
The Jack Russell bet my balls. Callum Bass is fuck.
L.
Llama. Michael Jackson babies.
M.
I love Nigerians.
O.
Oh, fuck.
P.
Perry cunt fuck.
Q.
Balls a faggot. Or rusty nail in your bell.
S.
Charles Terry's.
T.
Terrorists! ISIS cunt! You fuckers! Fuck, wait.
V.
February.
V. V. V.
Vagina!
W.
Wankers.
X.
Ecstasy.
Y.
Why? Fuck off!
Z. Z. Z.
Zimbabwe!
Zimbabwe!
That's the alphabet, tourettes alphabet. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, but I heard it. Oh, fuck this.
I'm here to A.
Oh, he's great.
How great it must be to have a friend like that. when you're feeling down, when you're feeling like the world's against you, you just have a friend, say a few words.
Honestly, yeah. He really does know how funny he is. There's one where he's playing Monopoly. And his friends go around the board and he's just like, it's not for sale, it's haunted!
But honestly, check his videos out.
So good.
Brilliant. So, a German girl facing the death penalty for running away to join ISIS in Iraq reveals how she was groomed by a girl online and arranged to marry a jihadist after arguing with her parents.
That's extreme teenage behaviour.
Now, I understand there's a lot of teenagers out there that rebel against their parents.
This is the sound of reason.
A lot of teenagers go out, get drunk, party, maybe get a tattoo, maybe get some piercings.
Maybe suck a cock.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been told I'm too sexual on the podcast.
There's a lot of things you can do to get back at your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe smash their car up. I don't know. But join an ISIS? That's slightly extreme.
Slightly extreme.
Slightly extreme.
I read a story actually a couple of days ago. There's a fella who's doing that as well. His parents are furious at the government because
I do have that story.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into that a bit later. But so this girl is basically saying that she was groomed online by this woman who's what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Who basically gets...
Recruit?
That's the word I'm looking for. Recruits, like young girls or whatever online to join the ISIS, basically, so they can then create more children who will then fight for ISIS. So she realised that it's not a great life over there. I know,
you mean
right?
She's not allowed to show her skin and she's basically going to be milked like a cow in a fucking dairy farm for ISIS kids.
So, a German girl facing the death penalty in Iraq for joining ISIS revealed that she was persuaded to run away by a Jordanian, Jordanian.
Someone from Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Girl who groomed her online and introduced her to jihadists. So, ISIS bride Linda Wenzel, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. It's German. W's are pronounced as
Wenzel!
So, was dragged from the rubble by Iraq forces when they liberated the city in July, and is now being held in Baghdad, where her fate rests in the hands of the country's court system.
She's fucked.
Yeah. She gonna die.
She's already a second-class citizen for being a woman, let alone a German white woman.
Yeah.
She's fucked.
So, she's 16 years old.
God.
Yesterday, Fatima is her name. Fatima, whatever. That's the girl that groomed her. Convinced her to convert to Islam in 2016 after the pair got chatting on a jihadist forum. Now, why was she on a jihadist forum in the first place?
Yeah.
What kind of thought goes through your head and goes, I'm going to get back at my parents. I'm going to start
It was
talking
like
to jihadists.
in the 70s, punks and Hell's Angels used to wear swastikas just because it pissed off
Yeah.
their parents.
Yeah.
This is like the same thing, but it's
But
joining a
extreme.
terrorist cell.
Fucking crazy. So yeah, she got introduced to her husband.
Sold to her husband.
So the German girl told her future husband about the arguments with her parents, and he promised to marry her if she ran away to join ISIS. He also advised her on how to rig travel documents to get to Turkey. So none of this was like, oh shit, I probably shouldn't do this at any point. So when she arrived in Turkey, her future husband had fled to Syria, but promised that the marriage was still going to go ahead. That's like fucking alarm bells as well. But no,
Red flag.
Carry on.
That's like
carry
the
on.
70th red flag.
They got married over the phone. I'm pretty sure that's not legally binding. Anyway. So the 16-year-old also said that her deceased husband, he died, obviously, being deceased. He probably got blown up by some kind of American bomb.
Yeah. Well, he fled to Syria. Not a great idea.
Apparently her husband never spoke to her about ISIS battles when they lived together in Iraq.
Of course he wouldn't. He said, all of my family members are mush. Do you want to be part of my family?
Yeah. So she lived as a housemaid and did not take part in combat, which, to be fair, being a white fucking woman, you're going to stand out and you're going to get, like, you look like the enemy, basically. You're going to get shot and fucked in you. So, yes, so she is totally and utterly screwed. I can't see that she's going to get out of this.
Yeah, she's fucked.
Yeah.
Government ain't going to help her. No. The embassies ain't going to help her. She joined ISIS.
This is what annoys me. And there's quite a few of these kind of stories where people go over there and they start fight, and then they want to come back.
Yeah. Like they had no idea.
Yeah, bullshit.
Pick up a paper and look at
bullshit.
You don't even need to pick up a paper. Just read the front page of any fucking paper.
So yeah.
Oh God.
It annoys the shit out of me. One soldier can be heard shouting, make room, she is a Christian. She can't take it anymore, she is hurting, she is weak, she is a blonde, she is a German. Her name is Dana. No, Linda. Allah, make way, guys, let her through.
The fuck is this world coming to?
Amid chaotic scenes, an older Iraqi army officer arrived to escort her away.
Bye. I'm just looking at capital punishment in Iraq.
Okay.
They seem to love something called long drop hanging.
Oh, I should imagine it's... well, surely that's just so you break your neck on the way down.
But if it's long drop hanging, your head could come off. That's why they don't do long drop hanging anymore.
Oh, okay. I would have thought your neck would have been strong enough to...
Long drop. The process, also known as the measure drop, was introduced to Britain in 1872. A scientific advance on the standard drop. Instead of everyone falling the same standard distance, the person's weight and height were used to determine how much slack would be provided in the rope so that the distance drop will be enough to ensure that the neck was broken. Yeah. Okay. Standard hanging these days then.
As hangings go.
Okay. Have you got...
No, that's...
Right. On a nice little segue of how wonderfully women are treated outside of the Western world, a woman from Manama area in Gwanda was fined a total of 47 goats for calling her neighbour a prostitute.
47 goats? Were they satanic goats?
It does not specify, but they were goats. Sifu Mazil Dube allegedly told Bekazela Sibanda that she had a habit of sleeping with touts in the area in order to get free transport to Bulawayo. The women, who were vendors at a market, got into a fight after Sifu Malaziwil questioned Bekazela's business tactics. Hence, Sifu Musil wrote a note with the words, "Bekazela is a prostitute," to Bekazela's husband.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to get around. Do you know what I mean?
A witness told B Metro that Sifu Muzzle had done a good thing by revealing Bekazela's secret. Oh, she actually is a prostitute because her husband was too blind to notice his wife's adulterous ways. Quote, her husband is always accusing people of ganging up against her, but she's a well-known prostitute. Instead of thanking Sifu Muzzle, she told her that she had not hired anyone to be his wife's boyfriend and that she should learn to mind her own business. Bekazela is an alleged joyride lover. She has never paid bus fare and travels free whenever she travels to Bulawayo to buy her stock, and we are aware that she sleeps with the touts as payment. The lady admitted to writing the note. I am the one who wrote the note, but I will not comment any further as I am in the process of reconciliation tasks with Bekazela and her family, she said. B Metro gathered that Sifu Muzzle was charged 47 goats as a peace offering, but she only managed to pay 20.
That's still a lot of goats.
That's a lot of goats for a note that says she's a prostitute.
Who has that many goats?
To spare.
Yeah, to spare. Like,
that's 10% of your net worth.
Yeah.
47 goats.
47? Wait, how do they even come up with that?
47's such a weird number.
It's like, how many letters? Hang on. What did the note say?
Bekazela is a prostitute. 1, 2. Oh, it's nowhere near 47. We find you 42 goats. Oh, thank God. No, too lenient. 47 goats. No, but I only have 20. I don't know.
I wonder if she actually had to give up all of her goats.
Well, she must have if she only managed to pay 20.
Yeah, but surely if that's how you make a living, there's kind of some lenience there,
Maybe,
surely.
yeah. Fuck knows.
That's steep. Just imagine if, like, in this country...
How much a goat is worth.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. But then I don't understand that whole, like, in... is it Egypt? Where you basically, like, arranged marriages. You give up your daughter for, like, 10 camels. It's like...
But Egypt, that's fair, because camels are fucking...
I suppose they are, like, the workhorse of
Yeah.
But it's just crazy. It's like, it's an animal.
It's weird.
Yeah, I love my daughter enough for 10 camels. It's just like, how can you put a price on your daughter's, like, happiness?
Different strokes for different folks.
We're not here to
discriminate.
Yeah, we just don't understand the way the Eastern world works.
No.
I'm not actually sure I really understand how the Western world works, to be honest.
By how far we've come with this show so far. Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, the more we read, the more we learn about things that are going on in the world, the more it just makes me want to shut my door and never leave.
Yeah. Let's just stay in this nice little room.
It's just a dangerous, dangerous world we live in. Right. So... from a prostitute to a model.
Ooh!
Model turns her labia into a necklace after they were cut off in designer vagina surgery.
Get out. Now who's being sexual? She had labiaplasty or whatever it is?
Yeah, basically she had a designer vagina. Her flappy bits were cut off, made nice and smooth.
Her flappy bits were slapping.
And she turned them into a necklace, which she does wear around her neck.
Of course she does.
So, the mum of two originally kept them in a jar, but the new look is so much more
She
sparkly.
kept them in a jar.
But the new look is so much more sparkly.
She...
Keep that in mind. Keep that
didn't.
in mind. The 29-year-old from Buckinghamshire likens it to keeping her...
From Buckinghamshire, this country.
likens it to keeping her children's milk teeth, locks of hair. And she's also had silicone breast implants.
Of course she has. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you have your own milk teeth in your house?
No, my mother's still got them.
Exactly. It's her own cunt lips.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be weird if you got your daughter to have designer vagina surgery and then you...
That would be even weirder. It's not milk teeth. Milk teeth is a totem for remembering your child's life.
So, Tracy, which is her name, a former glamour model and single mum of two,
of course she is,
has suffered with pain and tenderness her whole life from her protruding labia.
And that's fine.
But she didn't realise anything was wrong because nobody talks about it. Apart from she's just put a big fucking story in the papers.
She's raising awareness for long cunt lips.
As a result, I'd missed out on so many hobbies and interests.
Like what?
Yeah, it doesn't... Funny enough, it doesn't go into like what. So, I love interests that I love and had to be mindful with tight clothing. I mean, how fucking tight must this clothing have been?
Jesus Christ. Elephant toe.
She had to be careful of exercising in intercourse because of this comfort. I'm beginning to think that this is a little bit... I mean, I don't think it was because they were big. I think they were just literally...
Do you remember... I can't remember his name now. In Tom and Jerry, the very depressed dog.
Right, yeah.
With his flappy long cheeks.
No, he wasn't in Tom and Jerry.
Well, he was in Looney Tunes or whatever.
It was... I'm sure it was Hannah...
It was Hanna-Barbera. Yes. These are my pussy lips.
Is that why you say that?
I just pictured the hangy cheeks of like an overbred bulldog.
Anyway, so let's get to it. For a while, Tracy kept her labia floating in a jar on her kitchen dresser. But they didn't keep as well as she had hoped. So there's a picture. There's a picture of her. There's a box.
Yeah.
She's got them inside this cardboard box, and she's drying them out with a hairdryer.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
She's got a tit job.
Yeah.
Did she keep all of the mushy insides of her tits?
So, however, with time, the cut of tissue has discoloured from pink to a pale grey. Crinkled up in the surgery fluid and turned curly, which has made them less of a trophy and more of a Halloween accessory.
That's what skin does.
So I've been looking into ways to more effectively preserve them long term. Tracy started making crystal jewellery with her 9-year-old daughter, learning how to set resin effectively and practicing by creating glittery necklace pendants and jewels. Once she had perfected her craft, which now isn't affected by her labia pains, Tracy set about drying out her labia on a makeshift washing line using Christmas card pegs, an ice cream box, and cotton string.
Oh, the details in this.
She applied several coats of textured pearl finish paint, red, to match her bold nails and lipstick, dried them with a hairdryer and then dusted them off with glitter. Tracy then set the labia into resin using an oval-shaped mould and voila! Had a necklace pendant ready. The model and blogger shared her story to raise awareness about circumcision. Not that she just wants to be centre of attention.
Of course she does. She's a model and a blogger.
No.
In this
former
day and
model.
age.
Former
Oh.
model.
Was she a model for saggy cunt lips?
In the hope that no other woman suffers for so long the way she did. And I shall show you a lovely picture of them.
Oh my god. It's the centerpiece of the pendant.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I wonder if you took that to a jeweller's, how much that piece would be estimated at.
Fuck all. My labia has been perfectly preserved. A colourful...
It hasn't. It dried up and went grey and withered. She should have put it in plexiglass to start with. Then it wouldn't fucking decompose.
They're bright and cheerful and mark the end of my suffering. One step closer to breaking down the taboo of female circumcision. Tell that to the chicks in Africa that get forced to be fucking circumcised.
That's not circumcision the same as in Africa. They get their clits cut off.
They get fucked, don't they? It's bespoke jewellery that she's going to cherish forever.
At least one person will.
Yeah. Just imagine if, like, one night she was out partying and she dropped that.
Someone stood on it and smashed it.
It's just a flappy.
No, my suffering!
So yeah, that's the story of a chick and her pussy.
Good fucking Christ.
So for any women out there that watch this, there's a few ideas for you.
You know what? I'm gonna be cut. When we get big, which we will with this show, and we become Jew-led media moguls, we're gonna have to have circumcisions.
Are we going to keep our foreskins? Maybe, you know, like them hearts that are two pieces. Maybe
we'll wear each other's.
Yeah.
Meatballs.
There we go. See, there we go.
Oh God.
So for anybody out there that's watching this that wants the perfect Christmas gift, as Christmas is coming up, either circumcise yourself and give it as a present, or, you know, buy a fucking normal necklace like most people would.
I heard you can get body parts from China for cheap.
Talk to what was the guy that in the Halloween special that cut up the little girl and ate her?
Oh,
Fish.
Albert Fish,
Albert
yeah.
Fish. Maybe we should start our own business called Albert Fish Accessories or something like that. And get some
Tagline: we did not fuck them though.
So yeah. Next story.
Talking about broken modern people.
There's a lot of them.
Inspired by popular Instagram accounts
Here we go.
like Rich Kids of Instagram or Luxury Kids of Instagram, as well as social media stars like Gianluca Vacci and Dan Blitzerian. He was the guy who was at the Vegas thing, wasn't he?
Oh, the guy that done the video where he said some woman got shot in the head right next to him, and he's running away.
Give me a gun!
Yeah, I'm gonna head back. What the? Did he not realize? Like, first and foremost, sorry to hijack the story.
Go for it.
But he's running away from a shooting to then run back in again Does he not know that the person was shooting from like 30 floors
Not
up?
only that, yeah, he's 30, he's like 300 feet away from where he's aiming at. Not only that, but he decides to harass a police officer in an active shooting to get the policeman's gun to shoot at one of 1,000 hotel
you
windows.
Just be anywhere.
What a cunt. Okay. People who can't actually afford to fly on private jets are renting them on the ground for professional photo shoots just so they can post their own lavish lifestyle photos on Instagram. Just because you don't have tens of thousands of dollars to spend on renting a private jet doesn't mean you can't make your social media friends turn green with envy. With just a few $100s, you can actually rent a luxurious Gulfstream G650 aircraft for a couple of hours and have a team of professional photographers and makeup artists create the illusion that you're actually living a life of luxury. You can then post the photos on Instagram and sit back as your friends and fans drool over them.
There's little Bow Wow got caught out doing something like that.
Oh, really?
I think he put on Instagram or Twitter. It must have been Instagram because it was a photo of him like saying he was on a private jet, but he wasn't. He was just in a normal plane. Like I think he might have been in first class or something like that, or business class or whatever. But saying that he was in. He was on a private jet, and apparently one of the other passengers that was on the plane at the time basically just came out and said, "No, he fucking isn't." He just got proper caught out by it.
According to Russian website Media Leaks, Instagram star wannabes can now pose as spoiled rich folks on a modest budget by using the services of Moscow-based Private Jet Studio, a company that offers private jet photo sessions in their grounded Gulfstream 650 private jet. Customers never actually get to fly in it, but your Instagram followers don't need to know that technical detail. To them, you'll be living the dream, flying in style to some of the world's hottest tourist attractions. Prices for a 2-hour photo session with the G650 vary between 14,000 and 25,000 rubles, or $250 to $500, depending on what extras clients opt for. You can have photos taken inside the aircraft as you relax on the comfortable white leather seats with a glass of expensive champagne and a plate of delicious foods in front of you as you prepare to board the plane with a gorgeous model waiting for you on the steps.
God.
Or as you arrive at your fictional destination. Private Jet Studio is also open to suggestions as long as you're willing to pay extra.
I wonder if they'll let you reenact the scene from
9/11?
No. No, because you don't actually fly, do you?
No.
The scene from Wolf of Wall Street on their private jet. I very much fucking doubt it.
And if $250 still sounds too expensive for your blood, you can actually create the illusion of wealth and luxury for cheaper. For example, simply having your photo taken aboard the private jet as you stare out of the window at the tarmac without the company's professional staff only costs 11,000 rubles. $190. But you can also just wait for one of their promotions when you can get the whole package for only 7,000 rubles or $120. That's cheaper than a conventional photo shoot.
Why would you bother?
This is why. If you're thinking that the services offered by Private Jet Studio are a waste of money, you're probably not chasing Instagram fame.
There we go!
Posting photos of yourself flaunting your wealth, a sure way to success. And if you don't have a lot of money to spend, this is a pretty decent alternative.
How many people that you know on Instagram, like your friends, because obviously everybody has their friends on Instagram as well,
I don't use
right?
Instagram,
No,
but in hypothetical.
Bit of hypotheticals, yeah. If I posted a picture of me on a private plane going, yeah, I'm living that fucking lavish lifestyle. My friends are going to call me, well, my friend, you, are going to call me out and go, you ain't got the fucking money for a private jet. The fuck are you doing?
Barry, you fucking wanker. You're a bin man.
Exactly. It's like, you just wasted $200 fucking dollars to sit in a plane and do nothing. Do you know what? How better spent that $200 could be? Why don't you buy 200 people on Instagram?
Yeah.
Fucking, oh my god. First world problems.
Oh, here we go. Services offering fake Instagram photos are actually pretty popular in Russia. Earlier this year, another startup started offering girls the chance to pose with a giant bouquet of roses and expensive gifts. They were only rented, of course, but their friends and followers didn't know that.
We're in the wrong business.
We're living in the wrong fucking time.
Yeah, we are. We are. Please, all you people out there that use Instagram, what the fuck are you doing?
I bet that Steven dude from Vegas climbed that hotel with suitcases full of automatic rifles just to try and blow Dan Blitzerian's fucking brains out. Because that's what I would do.
Just, what are you trying to achieve?
What a bunch of cunts.
What are you trying to achieve
I
in
said
life?
cunt a lot in this episode.
Well, we'll just call the episode the cunt episode. Well, technically we can, because there was a story all about cunt lifts.
See you next Tuesday.
So, going back to the little Bow Wow thing.
Just call this episode Episode 2, Lady Parts.
So, Bow Wow appears to have been caught lying about flying on a private jet. The rapper, formerly known as Lil Bow Wow, posted a photo to Instagram earlier this week in which he seemed to claim that he was boarding a private jet from Georgia to New York to promote his upcoming TV show, Growing Up Hip Hop.
Lil Bow Wow, growing up hip hop.
However, a photo soon circulated online claiming to show Bow Wow on a commercial flight alongside fellow passengers. So this guy, Little Bow Wow, was on my flight to New York. But on Instagram, he posted a picture of a private jet caption, travelling to BY today, SMH. I don't know what SMH stands for.
I don't know.
Fans also spotted the Bow Wow's original photo of the private jet appears to have been taken from a website from a Florida VIP transportation company. Now, why would you?
Shaking my head.
Oh, okay.
I fucking hate people so much.
Again, this is why we are in the wrong time, because I think FML is fuck my life.
Mm-hmm.
LOL
is lots of love.
Or laugh out loud. LMFAO
is a band.
Band is a very loose fucking term. So basically, even famous people are chasing Instagram likes by lying about flying on private. What is so special about flying on a private jet?
Nothing. What I want to know is what is so special about being an Instagram user about seeing a photo of a private jet?
Well, it's anybody. Look, okay. Me and you have had many a discussion about Facebook posts, right? We use Facebook mainly just to promote this show, right? So we're trying to get something across. Basically, I think what social media was originally, like MySpace was like basically for like bands and stuff so they could get heard.
Yeah, well, MySpace was actually creative because you could encode your pages and stuff.
So we use Facebook too, but we've always had this argument, like people just put their random shit on Facebook, like, oh, I had beans on toast for dinner. Like there's me and you watch a lot of stand-up, don't we? And there's a stand-up comedian called Chris Porter. Seriously, if you get a chance to watch any of his stuff, do it, because he's just amazing. And he basically says something along the line, I can't remember the exact quote, but he said, if your story starts with I cleaned out my fridge.
Yeah.
It means you've done nothing.
What did you do today?
Yeah, what
I
did you do?
cleaned out my fridge.
Yeah.
Just say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, it's all about, again, fucking. Instagram is about, you scroll and you go, baby picture, baby picture, baby picture, picture of someone's fucking food, a selfie. Oh, tits!
Yeah.
A picture of a private jet. Oh, who gives a fuck about that?
Yeah. All it is just to try and show a life that you're not actually living. It's that false image.
I can't understand. I can't fathom the point.
And the worst thing of all, when it comes to Instagram, any of these selfies that you find, women do it all the time. Now, men do it as well, but women do it more than anything else on this planet.
They always have.
Filters.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying... Like, just say, for instance, I saw this girl on Instagram. I go, oh, she's hot. And then I do a David from the Halloween special.
What are you looking for?
Find her, yeah, become friends with her, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, you don't look anything like you do in your fucking photo. Literally nothing like that.
She looks like Kate Beckinsale on Instagram, and it looks like David Carradine in real life.
So the picture... So she's got makeup on in real life to make her look different than what she really does. And then you put a filter on top, so you put makeup on top of makeup. I don't get it.
I honestly find it physically repulsive.
I just don't get it. Just,
Do you imagine how many women we know who we don't really know what they look like? Because we've never seen their face.
It's just loads of them. We've never seen them without any kind of makeup on.
Yeah.
Instagram's the devil.
The internet's the fucking devil.
Yeah, that's true.
When they sold us on the internet, they said it'll make everybody smarter. You can have anything at your fingertips, which is true because we do utilise it for finding out things about aliens and conspiracy theories and things that aren't real.
Oh, actually, sorry, just jumping there. Trump is releasing all of the JFK files, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. Well,
he hasn't written. No, he had 2,800, but apparently there's like 1 million of them.
Yeah, there are.
So that's going to be some interesting reading.
Yeah. At the moment, there's, from what they've rooted through, the only thing that points anything is a quote from J. Edgar Hoover.
Right.
Which is him saying in a memo that he wants the public to believe that it was Lee Harvey Oswald.
Okay.
That did it.
You can take that both ways.
Other than that, the only files that have been released or that have gone through are just the CIA and the FBI's interactions with each other about the whole thing.
I can't imagine they're going to find anything that says, we killed him.
No.
They're not that stupid. They're stupid, but they're not
There's not going to be...
like a plan, like a drawing of okay, so we're going to have these over at the grassy
on a
knoll.
napkin.
Yeah. It's just going to be there. And then we're going to have Lee Harvey Oswald over here.
Lee Harvey Oswald will be here. Yeah. Woody Harrelson's dad will be here.
And then the car's going to be at this point exactly at this time because we're going to make sure that happens. And then we're going to have Magic Bullet.
And we'll have the man with the camera so that when he goes past the sign is when he'll get shot in the head. Right.
So yeah. I don't know how we got from that story onto JFK, but...
The internet.
There we go. Conspiracy Part 2. Coming soon.
Okay. I need to address something here.
Do it.
Your eating habits.
What, my personal eating habits?
Yes.
Okay.
We all know you have a serious problem.
I don't think a lot of people out there do know that I have a serious problem.
It's a serious problem and you're very sensitive with it. You are very sensitive with it. Let's name some of the things. Ketchup.
Hate it.
Mushrooms.
Don't like the texture.
Beans. Obviously is the big one.
Just fucking disgusting.
What else is there?
It's bananas.
Bananas. Forgot about
bananas.
bananas.
And I also hate people that call them nanas.
I know that. I've learned my lesson, you nana. So, I've come across a man who has a serious condition. He has a baked bean phobia.
I don't blame him.
And he's decided to tackle it head on.
Right.
Here we go.
Last time Robert was at the Warnford, he held 1 tin of Heinz baked beans. In his second treatment, things are escalating.
How about opening that tin then?
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try in a bowl.
In a bowl.
Yeah. I'm going to try it.
Okay.
He's with a therapist.
I feel myself getting up and bothered.
Do
I'm
you,
going to try it, put it in there.
I mean, will it change his life if he manages to open these beans?
We'll see.
Okay, so let's keep
He's
your-
opened the can.
Let's keep your... let's keep real conscious about this. So let's actually look at them. Okay, let's just turn them around in your hand. That's it. Okay. Good. And just hold them there.
I'm going hot. I can feel myself going out.
Okay.
He's trying to pour him into a bowl.
I'm going to pour him in.
Jeez.
Oh, God, I felt a bit sick then.
Okay, so you're going to have these odd sensations.
He's trying not to puke.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, God. I was really nearly sick then.
Yeah. It's very, very deep, isn't it? It's very physical for you.
God.
It's a deep...
I'm going to pour them, but
yeah,
not
no,
yet.
let's look. Let's
Oh,
open
he's
our
pouring
eyes.
them in the bowl.
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
How many individual beans are there in that plate?
About 30. 50, 40.
About 40. Okay.
40.
Do they make any particular pattern there?
He's such a prick, this
Do they remind
guy.
you of any country?
What the
Hellland.
hell?
If we moved that bean across to there and added another one or so, that
guess
could
he
almost
just
be
touched
Australia.
He's put his
actually.
fingers in.
I think that's a pretty good representation of Australia.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. You're quite right, actually. We just need to bring that up just a bit more in the centre there. So that will become more like Australia. No, it's not very good, but still. Okay, so
Could you hold them for a sec?
all
It's
right,
going
then.
again.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at it. I'll just
All right.
focus
If
on
you
it.
keep looking at them, though. Yeah. So how's your anxiety level right now?
It's
Fucking
high.
high. You can tell by his fucking
I've
voice.
just seen them drip on the floor as
Yeah.
well. That's disgusting.
So, in terms of that 0 to 100 scale,
He sounds like a pedo.
80.
about 80.
80.
And I don't know why.
Okay. So you've just taken an enormous step, haven't you? Can I
Yeah.
give them back to you? Great. You've just taken a step which you've never taken in your life before there. So it's,
I've avoided it all
Yeah.
the time.
yeah. So this is pretty momentous for you, isn't it? The fact that you're holding up those beans. And,
It's wonderful.
yeah. How would it be
I'll say
to
it till
actually
after.
now put them onto a pan and heat them up?
It's nearly
So we
done.
might just observe it bubbling, yeah, for a little, as and
I'm
when
just
it
seeing
starts
I'm just
bubbling.
seeing one bubble.
Have you?
I'm sure I have.
Have you?
I don't. Oh yes.
I don't think I'll ever eat them, but I can work with them now. I can do most things. So 90% cured. Unbelievable, isn't it? 35 years.
Okay. I'm going to compose myself so I don't go off and I just a ramble and mess.
Breathe in. Like Ace Ventura.
He went 35 years of his life without ever needing beans in his life. On a day-to-day basis, you can avoid baked beans.
Couldn't even touch a can of baked beans.
But you don't need to. If you don't like that, is he really going to turn round one day and go, I really fancy some fucking baked beans? He ain't going to fucking eat them, is he? So what the fuck does he need to touch them? Honestly, I'm so sick. Like, why make a big deal about it?
Yeah, who made him do that?
Exactly, because he's... Oh, fuck this, man. I'm so fucking pissed off with this shit. Because it's just... like, the psychiatrist or the therapist, whatever the hell he is, right? I'm sure there's people in the world that are willing to touch dog shit, right? But just because they are, I bet... Does that mean he has, like, a phobia of shit because he's not willing to touch it? Just because you shoved your finger in something doesn't make you better than any other fucker, right? He was a fucking condescending prick, and I didn't like the way he was talking to that man who clearly has a serious fucking problem when it comes to beans, and I know how he feels, right? I'm okay with touching fucking cans of beans, right? But if there's a can of beans open near me, the smell is fucking horrendous, and I will get away from that as much as I can. And that is also one of the main reasons I don't like tomato ketchup, because it's too fucking vinegary, and I don't like it, right? So, fuck that fucking therapist. Fuck it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
At the end of the day, the guy did not ever need to fucking touch beans. Ever. Fucking, and it makes me angry.
Oh my god.
That's making TV for TV's sake.
Yeah.
I just don't...
Got a healthy reaction though, didn't it?
Why would you... If somebody came up... Right, I don't like spiders, yeah? If somebody came up to me and go, right, we're going to put you on TV and film every moment that we try and get your fear of spiders out of you, I'd be like, fuck off. I'll just avoid them. I don't need to... I don't need to deal with them.
You genuinely look livid.
I am. I'm fucking angry. I just... And I don't understand why the guy agreed to it. At what point do you think, right... For 30, I'm guessing he's 35 years old, 36 years old. Within, like...
Yeah, around about... It's about 40.
At what point do you go, you know what, I really need to get over my favourite baked beans?
Oh, it's got too much, this.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, I can't walk in my house without there being a fucking can of baked beans.
I'm plagued by bean dreams.
Do you reckon I wonder if he has a wife and kids. I wonder if, like, literally for every meal of the day they just eat beans, and he's like, oh shit, I've got to join in this. Because I feel distant.
That Yorkshire miners diet of just beans. He did
like,
have a wedding ring on, I'm pretty sure.
So, he's at least engaged, right?
I'm pretty sure they were the ones who put him through that. Because, like you said, why else would you be bothered? Just stay away from beans.
Do you know what? If my girlfriend forced me to try and deal with beans, I'd slap her around the face. I mean, just like, I'm not dealing with this shit, right? I'm not doing it.
Oh, fuck me.
Not doing it. Anyway, that's it. It's the fucking end of that.
No.
Fuck it. Let's move on.
How many have you got left?
2 to 3.
Okay.
One of them's really quite short.
Hell yeah. I got a story and a video.
Okay. Well, I'll just do my short one and then... Okay. I'm just gonna read the headline.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically gonna be it.
Okay.
Horrifying moment. Lion sinks teeth into stupid rugby ace Scott Baldwin as he pets beast like kitten. In South Africa.
Like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. And the cootie little kitty cat.
Right. I'll just read the first... Actually, no, I'll just read a comment that he made.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have stroked the lioness before introducing myself to her fellow first. Because I'm sure if you had gone up to the male lion and said, hey, I'm going to touch your woman, that's going to make all the fucking difference.
So he stroked a lioness.
But got attacked by the male lion.
Oh, right. Lionesses are in Africa. Lionesses are notoriously territorial.
I think it was in a cage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was caged. But, you know, unless you're a fucking retard, you don't mess with lions.
A chimp can tear you the fuck apart. So why would you even think about going near a fucking lion?
Like, humans are like the only animal on the planet that don't have a self-defense mechanism. What we have is a brain, basically, to be able to make things to defend ourselves.
We have to use utensils and tools.
Yeah. Lions, funny enough, have big fucking teeth and massive fucking claws and paws, right?
Let alone their muscles and agility.
Exactly. And I'm leaving it at that, because...
Yeah, that defies reason, that does. Too many knocks in the head from that rugby star.
Don't play it. You'll get eaten by a lion. So, are you good?
Yeah, and my page is frozen, so I'll see if this last audio clip will play.
Okay.
I'm not even going to introduce it. You just take what you will. It's 2 minutes 42.
Okay.
It's a lady on a chat show.
Okay. Am I going to get angry again?
One woman was telling me, she said she was having sex with this man. She was sitting on top of him riding. And she said she had gotten into a groove, so, you know, she might have gripped his head, or she might have put her hands on his shoulders, or locked them around the back of his neck, so she made sure it was just like a horse. She had that saddle, and she had the rope, so she couldn't let go. And as she got into that groove, she's sitting on him, she rocking, and she rolling her rhythm, and she had just forgotten where she was. She got into a deep state of euphoria, because she said the dick was good. But it's the only problem, though. She said the dick was so good that as she started rocking, she just got into it, and all of a sudden, she said something just hit her. Bam! All upside his head. Just slapped him. Dick will make you slap somebody. Remember that. That's why I'm trying to deal with the fact.
Wait a minute. Now you telling me a story, and then you switch it on me and say the woman in ecstasy and turn around and slap somebody.
She slapped him upside the head. And I said, why did you slap? She said, I couldn't help it. She just
Now,
got
you know your audience. Okay, go on.
No, go ahead.
No, you finish your story. I want to hear why she slapped him.
I told you, she said she just got into this groove. She found her rhythm. See, that's what women don't realize. That's one reason why we get caught. Because the penis is a very powerful organ. It's a very deep, spiritual, sexual...
It'll make you slap somebody.
Heat-seeking missile. It's just like a rocket, see. And inside of every rocket, there's information encoded in it for it to do what it do. He's and her, they have become one on that spiritual, sexual level. So she starts to find the groove, and the parts of his penis start hitting the parts of her vagina walls, harmonizing them, making them sing. And so she feel like she's in church, jumping and shouting because that man hitting them walls like she needed him to hit them walls. And she said it was so good, and she relaxed, and she said at one instant it was feeling so good to her, the thought crossed her mind that he might let somebody else have a little sample of that. And it's just the feeling of being caught up in the pleasure, and then thinking about, wait a minute, he might do this right here. She said she just slapped him. So I'm just saying sometimes we have to be aware of that, because dick will make you slap somebody in the face. Dick will make you lose control. Dick will make you pull a gun and shoot somebody in the damn face. See, you got to be careful. That's why, because a lot of us have really gone overboard with this. I told you.
Can you just imagine saying that in court? Like you shot somebody. Dick gonna make me crazy.
The title of that video was Preacher Says Dick will make you slap somebody. That was a religious program, believe it or not.
Wow. God works in mysterious ways.
Surely. A countdown champion jailed for bottling a teenager who criticised his book heard voices telling him he was the devil behind bars. Richard Britton claimed he was attacked by another inmate at Perth Prison in Scotland, which triggered some kind of psychosis. It caused him to stare directly at the sun for several days.
Wow.
While listening to 1960s rock band The Beach Boys, in the belief that he was
you were older.
Britain, now 29, who was crowned a countdown champion in 2006, made the bizarre revelations on a blog created after his release from prison on a website which he also used to praise a rapist and a killer driver.
Wow.
Let's go down. God, this page is slow. He was jailed in December 2015 and branded a serious danger to women after launching an attack on teenager Paige Rowland, who had given his book a bad review online. On the blog called Putting New Wine in New Bottles, he wrote, he smashed her over the head with a wine bottle.
Wow.
So his blog called Putting New Wine in New Bottles, he wrote, I was only subjected to violence on one occasion. However,
isn't that really, really, really... again, I forgot the term. Like to call it putting new wine in new bottles after you've killed somebody with a wine.
He didn't kill her.
Oh,
He just
but even so,
glassed her.
like, why would you call it that?
Exactly. I was only subjected to violence on one occasion in prison. However, when I was only subjected to violence on one occasion, however, when I was momentarily strangled by a psychotic inmate for no obvious reason. This triggered some sort of psychosis in me. Not the fucking tracking down someone who gave him a bad review and smacking him. This triggered some sort of psychosis in me, as I got a voice in the head telling me that I was the devil. A voice later told me to stare directly at the sun, which I did for several days. After a while, you can feel the sun's energy inside you. I did this while listening to the Beach Boys. It was an unforgettable experience. Probably because he's half fucking blind
now, yeah.
On the website, he also claimed to have found God while in prison and praised the homely atmosphere of another inmate's cell. Now, he's an author of a book.
Yes.
It has 1 star or half a star on Amazon.
Right.
I just want... This is his piece of writing entitled My Prison Experience. I want you to judge him on his writing ability, knowing that he's a champion from Countdown.
Okay, right.
I was thinking about writing a book about my prison experiences, but I decided that not enough interesting things happened to warrant a book. After all, most of my time was spent watching TV and reading books. Hardly thrilling stuff, but some interesting things did happen. I spent 15 months in HMP Perth, recently named the most violent prison in Scotland. I was only subjected to violence on one occasion, however, when I was momentarily strangled by a psychotic inmate for no obvious reason. This triggered some sort of psychosis on me, blah 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 blah. I've been told that staring into the sun can damage the eyes or leave you with a dark spot. Luckily, this didn't happen to me. My eyesight did get slightly worse during my confinement, but I don't know if it was related to this sun gazing.
Really?
When I first went into prison, I was obviously very nervous. I first shared a cell with a guy called Ross. He had some sort of mental disorder which made him vulnerable. He kept talking even through the night, which eventually got irritating. He's the most boring... There is no Insight. When I was momentarily strangled by a psychotic inmate for no obvious reason. Care to delve into this? Create a narrative? Fucking idiot. He also boasted about how he spent most of his time watching TV box sets, including the series Dexter, which is about a serial killer in the most violent prison in Scotland. In the blog, Britton revealed he met rapist George Cameron, aged 37, who hanged himself in his cell last June. He described the fellow inmate as pleasant and praised the homely atmosphere of his cell, which the 29-year-old inherited after he killed himself. Britain is here we get into the crime. Britain is no stranger to social media, having used Facebook to track down victim Paige Rowland. He found her as the story in Glenrothes Fife, where she worked, and smashed a full wine bottle over her head, knocking her unconscious. He drove to Scotland from England
just to
track her down. She gave him a bad review on his book. Speaking at the 2015 court hearing, Miss Rowland said, "Had he hit me any harder, I could have died. My first thought when I realised I'd been assaulted was for my mum and how awful it would be for her to get a phone call saying I had died." The court heard in 2015 that the aspiring writer had uploaded part of a published book called The World Rose onto a website called Wattpad, where people can read and critique literature written by others. Little side note, if you watched the Halloween special, we ended in a particularly erotic Slender Man tale, which was taken off Wattpad. So you can already see the type of people who use this kind of website.
Yes.
Miss Rowland read the excerpt and left comments about it. The feedback was negative. What followed were comments made by the accused which give an indication that he was displeased. Was that a camera going?
They're both gone.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay. He went straight into the alcohol aisle and picked up a bottle of wine. Then he went to the aisle where the complainer was working. He approached her from behind. She was kneeling down collecting cereal from the bottom shelf of the aisle. So he went to the alcohol aisle. Yeah. He used her Twitter and Instagram accounts to find where she worked and turned up on 2 occasions to speak to her. And has since apologised.
I'm sorry I smacked you around the head with a full bottle of wine.
Yeah. What a fucking...
Wouldn't it be funny if it turned out to be one of those, like, one glass bottles?
just in the plastic wax packet. Yeah.
Dear. So.
Nerds are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Yep. That's me dry.
Yeah, well, let's wrap it up due to the fact that both cameras have now...
Okay, fair play.
We are left with the one. So, yeah. So, thank you for watching.
Of course.
What else is there to say? If you liked it, like it.
Please comment about Toby getting upset. I think this episode will be called Episode 2, Toby Gets Upset. It's the most fun I've had so far doing this show.
I don't know why he needed to touch beans. So yeah, subscribe, like, share, seriously,
follow,
share. Not the singer.
I was going to say Chaz Bono. What are you on about?
And spread the word. Spread your meatballs.
Spread the tomato sauce on the meatballs.
And we'll eventually, hopefully, make it to where people watch it. Yeah.
Are you going to finish it with one of your awkward points?
One of my awkward what? Goodbyes.
Points.